where is her son? One of the neighbors, the child, he came into the kitchen and saw the fingers of the child, and he reported the police, and she got executed. And people eating dead bodies and go cook the human flesh. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park, and I'm a North Korean defector human rights activist. So today in this video, guys, I have a heartbreaking news. The recent data shows that there has been the resurgence, the re-emerging of cannibalism in this 21st century of North Korea. It's heartbreaking, it's baffling that we have to report this news. But this is really what is going on in the darkness right now. I think the people who are born in this, especially the 21st century, will not really understand what does cannibalism even mean, why any human eat another human being. And this is something was common when I was growing up in that country in the 90s. Because in the 90s, more than 3 to 4 million people died in the northern province of North Korea out of 20 million population. So people really literally eating each other to survive. But today I am going to talk about more about why this is the case and why some people at the last minute of their survival choosing something so unspeakable. So firstly, North Korea has been going on this insane lockdown under Kim Jong-un's order. The entire border was sealed from China. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out. And Kim Jong-un ordered for the entire smuggling to shut down, entire trading to shut down, while he does not even provide a grain of rice to the people. So imagine being in a country. You are not allowed to do anything. You are not allowed to make money for work. You are not do anything, but the regime does not give you anything to eat. Then what happens? Of course you die. And that's why every single time starvation kills millions of North Koreans. So in the 90s, there were times when you go to market, sometimes there's a meat and it's very cheap. People don't even ask and they buy. There are stories how actually a mother who was so hungry, and so this is a main thing that I learned even from the people from concentration camps and what they were told me and what they wrote about. So Kang Cheol-rang, who was a prominent North Korean defector who escaped the concentration camp, he talked about that one day in the concentration camp, he saw this one prisoner was looking at a goat walking by, and it would literally go biting his leg, one of his leg, and the guard would beat the prisoner to let the goat go, because literally in the North Korean prison camps, animals' life is way more valuable than human lives. And this man would not let the goat leg go because he was so hallucinating that he thought that was actual real meat. So that is something about so unspeakable thing about the starvation is that in the last minute of your starvation, you hallucinate, you are not in your same mind. And one of the movie that based on true story that hero made in South Korea was about a mother who had a son, and she was so hungry, so she was looking at a sand and she thought that was rice and started eating, and then realizing that wasn't. And then later she sees her child, and then she thinks that's a dog, so he kills her child and cooks it. And then a few days later she eats, or she gotten better from eating the meat, and then she's going around asking for her son. Where is her son? And then one of the neighbors, the child, he came into the kitchen and saw the fingers of the child, and he reported the police, and she got executed. There are many stories of people eating their children, but literally not in their same mind, and people eating dead bodies and go cook the human flesh. It's I don't even know that I'm living in this literally 21st century where there's internet and electricity, and telling you about the people that I left behind and still going through this living hell. I don't even think hell will be this more brutal than this. So this is news coming out again in North Korea in this 21st century 2021. the regime started spreading news about how they're gonna punish people if they eat people. And it's embarrassment that North Korean regime have to go this far, even making this a law. What kind of country are so desperate that people are doing a cannibalism in this 21st century? And how are you even allowing this to happen? The world is a mess, and now there's so much suffering in Afghanistan, in Africa, Middle East, in North Korea, even in China. So much is suffering, but that doesn't mean that we should not give up hope. I think the first step is to really understanding what is going on is educating ourselves. And that's why I'm so grateful that you're coming to this channel, learning about this dark news that is sometimes even you don't want to believe it. It's so dark. And I think a lot of defectors that I talk to from North Korea is that how they feel sorry that they have to talk about this, because in a way, now we are living in such a comfortable world that even listening to something so hard, it became hard on us. And we became very soft. But I really want to connect that these two different planets, that is North Korea, that is the rest of the world, that we are in America right now. Our problem is obesity. Our problem is having too much food. And we cannot let any one single child life die because they don't just simply have food. This is so easily fixable if people understand what's happening in North Korea and if we start speaking up. It's great that we are going out campaigning for animals. It's great that we are going campaigning for climate change or whatever that you believe in. But can we also campaign for the people like North Koreans who are oppressed, who does not even know that they are slaves, who does not even know the world can be like this, where there is so much food with the electricity, with the internet. So thank you guys for taking your valuable time, your precious time to come here to learn about what is happening to North Korean people. And if you like the video, please click that like button so the YouTube algorithm can suggest this video to other people. And thank you for helping me to keep raising awareness about North Korean people. Please join me on my Patreon and the lockers so we can do this together. Love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.